What's up, everybody, and welcome to another. I was going to say another podcast, but
What is a podcast?
well, yeah, that's true. Well, welcome to another episode of Pab House. I got a couple of good stories today, all relating to terrible husbands, and one with a hopefully a juicy update. But yeah, let's get right into it because it's almost 9:30 and I'm really tired. Damn. Okay. All of these are going to be from r/ Am I the Asshole? First one we're going to take a look at is Am I the asshole for telling my husband I can't forgive him for erasing my late fiance's voicemails? I, 33 female, lost my fiance Ethan 9 years ago. He died in a climbing accident just 3 months before our wedding. It was sudden and brutal. I was 24. I didn't eat for days. For years, I couldn't even look at our engagement photos without crying. One of the only things I kept and cherished were a few voicemails he left me. Just regular messages. Hey, babe, I'm picking up dinner. Miss you. Call me when you're up. Nothing profound, but to me, they were gold. I saved them, transferred them to my Google Drive, and once every year or so, when things got heavy, I'd listen to one or two, quietly, alone, just to hear his voice again. I met my husband, Noah, 34 male, 4 years after Ethan died. He's a good man, steady, kind, funny. He's been incredibly supportive, or at least I thought so. We've been married 2 years last week. I mentioned Ethan's name for the first time in a while. It was brief. I had stumbled across an old playlist he made, and I said something like, God, he used to make these weird mashups. They were terrible and adorable. Noah went quiet. That night, I noticed my Google Drive was missing a folder, the one titled Voice E. At first, I thought I moved it by accident. I checked everything trash, backup, history, nothing. Gone. I confronted Noah, and he admitted it, said it was eating him alive, knowing I still listened to another man's voice, that it felt like he was sharing a space in my heart, that he thought if I didn't have them anymore, I could finally let go. I didn't say a word. I just walked out of the room. It's been 5 days. I haven't spoken to him. I sleep in the guest room. I go to work. I come home. I don't look at him. He's apologized, begged, cried. My sister says he made a huge mistake, but I need to forgive him eventually. That that I can't punish him forever for being insecure. But he didn't just cross a line. He deleted a person, the one person I never got to say goodbye to properly. So yeah, I don't know if I'm being dramatic or if I'm just protecting what little I had left. Am I the asshole?
Oh, okay. You want to share your thoughts, or can I say
I
something?
I want to know what you think first.
Okay, so, fuck this guy, dude. Um, so if it was, this is the situation. Her ex-husband died, right? It's not like they broke up.
Not her ex, her
Well,
her
her fiance,
fiance.
okay,
Yeah.
so ex, previous, whatever. It wasn't a breakup. It,
Oh, like they very much wanted to be together.
right. So it's not um like he has to get over that. Like
Yeah.
if the guy was still alive, he wouldn't be in the picture, right? So
Yeah.
she's allowed to have that, I
Yeah.
think. Like it's definitely like the word insecure was in there by the sister, and like no, like I think you. I'm not sure if you read it on the Dumb Dudes podcast, but about the new wife where the mother had died and she was
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
right.
Mm,
That like, dude, like the the mom got taken away, or they're the husband's allowed to be grieving and should support that.
yeah. And the husband was like had they had made a bunch of because I think the mom had cancer or something, so
Yeah,
they had made a bunch of videos for her daughter to watch when she turned 18.
exactly,
So like she could have some memory of her mom, and
exactly.
then the his current wife like was super insecure about it, and then she said that she just threw them away. Thank God she didn't actually throw them away. But yeah, like this it, it's one thing if they broke up and then she still has these voicemails that she
Yeah,
listens to. That's to me you're
exactly.
saying I rather be with him than with you. But this is somebody she lost. She'll never get him back. She didn't choose to leave him. It got chosen for her.
Exactly.
So it's very sad. I don't know.
Like for him to
And it's not like it,
she's going to that for comfort. Like,
yeah, it would be one thing if it was like every day or like every week that she's like has to go back and listen to it. Because then it's like, okay, you really haven't, you aren't in a space to be with somebody else because
right.
you're consumed, your whole life is consumed with this person that's passed away, which
Exactly.
is sad. And like, you need to take the time to grieve it. And at some point you have to let it go. But I think, I don't know, I to me, like those couple of voicemails just to hear his voice, and she does it like if she's,
Like feels sad. She's
yeah,
got
or she's saying when things get heavy, and she
yeah.
doesn't do it in front of him. You know,
Right.
she doesn't make him listen to,
Right.
to it.
Exactly. She's got the gloomies and it makes her feel better. So go ahead. Like this guy makes me think he's a guy that like won't allow toys in the bedroom, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah, like he's like only my dick.
Yeah, exactly.
No
So
other dick shaped things
yeah.
that aren't mine.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
do you have any is there any you're the asshole
No, I don't think so.
the any comments that say that she's
Oh,
the asshole? Put YTA. Yeah. Because obviously that's what we want to read is people being assholes or that are completely contrary
no,
to us.
I'm not trying to comment. Why do I do this every time?
It's search right there. Yeah.
I know. No,
Nope.
absolutely not.
Yeah.
Like everybody gets this.
Yeah. And
Because I'm trying to think about it. Okay, what if I am I being partial because it's a girl?
right.
So I have to think about this. Like, if his wife or his to be fiance passed away, and then he has a couple voicemails that every once in a while he's listening to, I don't think I would have a problem with that.
Right.
Because I would want somebody to give that same courtesy to me.
Yeah, and you should.
And for him to get weird about her even talking about the playlist
Right,
that
exactly.
he used to make.
It's not like, oh man, he used to make me come
Yeah,
all the
like
time.
she's
Like,
just talking about, oh man, that was the best. That sex was the best sex I've ever had, and I've never had better sex.
right? Yeah, exactly. It's not. I don't know. That seems. You're jealous of his music taste, and she said it was weird and quirky. It was like,
A
I
lot of
guess,
people are saying this is an AI post. It's a rage bait post. I don't know.
oh, those people are just chronically.
I thought
online.
that they were. It was written really,
Yeah.
really nicely though.
It was people are just chronically online. What do you got? Don't worry, the story isn't real. Very obviously written. Okay, okay. Have you been able to find out? Do you know the signs of AI writing?
I feel like I can sometimes.
Okay, so go back up to it, and we'll see.
To the whole thing.
Just go back up to it real quick.
To the post.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So this is the obvious sign. Do you know it?
No.
Okay. The
The dashes.
mm-hmm.
Why?
So that's that. If you have you noticed when you put stuff into AI, like if you write it puts those dashes in.
No.
No. Okay.
Because none of the stuff that I ask AI to write for me puts those in.
Not even for service reports or anything.
No.
Oh, okay. Pay attention to it now. Check it out next time
No,
you
I
use
promise you, none of the stuff that I do uses those.
it. I know mostly.
Like every time I throw something in and I need help writing an email, it doesn't do dashes.
Oh, okay. Because if you ask it to come up with something, it'll put those dashes in.
So I guess what it is that I'm pre-writing
Yeah.
something and I tell them to just like.
Well, even mine
clean
when I
it
do
up
my
a bit.
voiceovers for my cooking videos, it'll throw those in.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm
Either way.
careful. I'm careful. Like if I'm writing an email or something, I always take those out.
I guess we have to pay attention to that now when
Yeah.
I'm pulling stories.
But that's not obvious. I mean, like Maybe she's a good writer because that you know
'Cause
what
I
those
didn't feel
are.
like it was like way over the top.
'Cause
No,
you-
this is like it's grammatically correct.
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's grammatically correct. Those are pregnant pauses. So
Ah.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's either somebody who writes very well or I don't know. Let's go look
Or
at their...
or she wrote something very badly and put it through AI. You know. But that's why people are calling it AI. I think.
I don't know. It could be because there's only this post,
Yeah.
but who knows? Moving on.
Moving on.
Okay. This next one, again, am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for not reminding my husband about our anniversary dinner reservation after he kept saying I don't need a calendar to remember important dates?
Okay.
I, 30 female, have been married to my husband, 33 male, for 4 years. He's a good guy. See, these have the dashes also. So
Yeah.
are all of these AI?
Right. But you see, like I'm saying, like they probably are real, but they put them through AI to make their
Yeah, to like make it sound, because that's what I would do if I did a Reddit post.
right.
I would use the AI to help me like write it correctly
Yeah.
so it sounds good.
Yeah.
Anyways, I, 30 female, have been married to my husband, 33 male, for 4 years. He's a good guy, loyal, funny, smart, but terrible with dates and time. He forgets birthdays, appointments, even his own dentist visits. It's always been a thing. I used to remind him constantly, hey, don't forget your mom's birthday is this Friday, or we have dinner with my sister in 2 hours, etc. He'd always say thank you, but never really took any steps to manage his own time. About 6 months ago, I got tired of being his human Google Calendar. I told him directly, I'm done reminding you. If something's important to you, you'll remember it. He laughed and said I was overthinking, that no husband forgets their wedding anniversary. What?
What?
Have you watched a Hallmark movie lately?
Every husband, if you watch, yeah, exactly. Any show, anything.
That's like the common trope.
It's literally the common thing.
So I put it to the test. Our anniversary was last weekend. A few weeks ago, I made a reservation at his favorite steakhouse. Hard to book, needs advanced planning. I didn't tell him. I assumed, hoped, he was planning something too. On the day of, I got dressed up and waited. He spent most of the day lounging in sweats, gaming with his headset on. Around 6:45 p.m., I quietly got up, got my bag, and started heading out the door. He looked up and asked, where are you going? I said, to our anniversary dinner. He just stared at me and went, wait, that's tonight? Yup. I told him, you said you didn't need a calendar to remember important dates. I trusted you to mean that. He tried to get dressed and come with me, but it was too late. We would have lost the table. I went alone, had the wine, ate the meal, tipped well. Now why didn't he just take an Uber and meet her there?
Right?
Now he's sulking, says I embarrassed him. How did he get embarrassed?
front of
Nobody
who?
knew.
Yeah.
Like, what? Says I embarrassed him, made him feel incompetent. He said if the roles were reversed, he would have reminded me. Oh my God. But he wouldn't have remembered.
But he told her not to remind him.
Yeah. He said if the roles were reversed.
He literally told her not to remind him.
He said if the roles were reversed, he would have reminded me. Maybe, but he's forgotten every date of mine unless I nudge him. So, am I the asshole for not reminding him this one time? No.
No. Not at all.
He's an adult. Yeah, not the asshole. He's an adult. He needs to start adulting. He'll only change if he's forced to.
Yeah. There's no way to defend that. Like, how can anybody see that the other way?
He's embarrassed because he's an embarrassment.
I like that.
Let him sulk. He'll forget about it soon enough. Yeah, because he won't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's just gonna forget about it.
He won't be reminded. Don't let him sulk. Sulking is for divorce and moving back to mommy's house where he can play video games without responsibilities. Honestly, I cannot understand women who aren't gamers marrying gamers. I 100% agree. I like if you regularly played video games, I would be gone.
I mean, I played Madden good enough to be ranked like in the top
Yeah,
1,000.
but it wasn't. It wasn't a. You were, I think, good enough at it that it wasn't something you needed to like play constantly all the time.
I wish I could.
No, you don't.
I mean, not now, but then
Exactly, because you.
now I want to do all my time doing this basically, or a form of this. Is this? I mean, I guess this is nerdy enough.
Yeah, I mean, he just sounds like not. He's saying you embarrassed or she embarrassed him, and then he hasn't even apologized. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even plan anything. I didn't do
Yeah,
like nothing.
nothing. That's a, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, and what happened to him saying he literally said no husband forgets their wedding anniversary, but then
Because
says
he must have saw it in the '80s movies, but forgot.
I just don't understand how he immediately went back on what he said.
Immediately. So dumb. Yeah, he completely forgot. And so he's like he reminds me of like a overly proud guy, like always right type of guy.
It just seems like he's mentally checked out, and then anytime he gets called out for it, he's like, "Oh, but that's not true."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like he has to be always right. He always like
Like, he just doesn't like seeing himself in the mirror, and then when he gets shown himself, he's like, "Oh no, I don't do that."
yeah, exactly. Nope, couldn't be me.
Yeah, guy sounds like a douchebag. I would move on because he wasn't appreciating her when she was reminding him of stuff. Then she says, "Hey, I don't want to do this anymore. You need to like figure this out on your own." And he's like, "I don't forget stuff."
Yeah, exactly. So what he needs to do is
Shut up, bitch!
that's a little sorry.
All right, next one.
Next,
This is gonna end up being a short episode, I think.
yeah, short and sweet.
Okay. Am I the asshole for hating the other woman my husband fell in love with while she had cancer?
Oh, what? Okay, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Am I the asshole for hating the other woman my husband fell in love with while she had cancer?
Oh, okay, he's a doctor. All right, that makes sense. Okay.
My husband, 35 male, soon to be ex-husband, is a doctor. I, 32 female, married him 6 years ago. There is a woman, 41 female, who was a patient at a hospital he used to work. She wasn't a patient while he worked there, and he was never her doctor. When he met her, she was suffering from cancer. She's in remission now. They fell in love while she was sick, and he's leaving me for her. I feel like I'm not allowed to hate her. Most of my own family isn't pissed at me.
Okay.
Isn't pissed at him.
Oh.
Sorry. It's like, what?
That's
Most of my own family isn't pissed at him. My sister, 28 female, is the worst as she talks about the situation like such a romantic event. Ew. I'm happy this woman is healthy now. I want her to live a long, happy life. I don't wish ill on her, but I hate her. I partially love and partially hate my husband. I feel guilty for hating her. Am I the asshole?
yes, 100%.
What?
Yeah, she's a fucking stupid asshole.
Yeah, that's true.
She's fucking stupid. What?
Like, and the fact that her family is
Like, why even having those thoughts? Like,
she sounds like, I mean, that's probably why she's getting left.
yeah.
Sadly.
I was just like, oh, yeah, exactly.
She sounds like she has no, what do you call it?
Backbone?
Backbone or self-esteem. That's the one.
Self-esteem. Yeah, the dude, like, probably, like, cheated on her with her asleep in the fucking house.
This is a stupid question. This person put, just curious. If she was not a patient when he worked there, then how did they even meet? Do you know how big a hospital is?
Not yeah, because not his patient, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean, how did they meet? It's a building. People walk in and out of it all day long. There's a place to get coffee. There's a place to get food.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she definitely doesn't have a spine, and she gets walked all over. And more than likely, that wasn't the first time he cheated.
Yeah, all of these people are like, oh, he definitely was her doctor. Like, I don't think people understand how hospitals work at all.
No, because he's probably not like, I don't know what it would be, like a cancer doctor. He's probably not that, but he's probably a doctor.
Yeah, he's a doctor in the hospital of whatever he does, and it could have easily, like, they could have bumped into each other. They could have, any number of things could have happened. He could have been a doctor that like needed to do a referral on her for a moment, like, so it's not technically her doctor. He basically just like looks over the paperwork with another doctor.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
like different situations here. Not a referral. That's not the right word.
OP specifically said that she was a patient at the hospital he used to work, but was not a patient when he worked there, and she was not his patient. I think there's no reason to mention that if it's not actually where they met, if you know what I mean. They put a little truth to the lie, so it feels what?
People are reading into this way too much.
People are so chronically online that they're figuring out the lies of a fucking story that's, oh my god. I fucking hate Reddit sometimes, dude. Okay.
Doctors are renowned for beating cheaters, at least in my country. Which country? My dad's a doctor and a cheater. He's American.
Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck?
She was under the care of a colleague.
Exactly. That's what I think. Yeah, while she was under the care of a colleague, that's how he met. But I mean, yeah, I guess supposedly, he could be lying. I just don't see why it would matter.
Family. Fuck that bitch. Exactly, dude. You're entitled to have feelings. Tell your sister shut the fuck up.
Fuck your sister too for thinking it's romantic that her sister's husband is leaving her for another woman.
Yeah, exactly. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Did OP say anything to anybody?
Any replies?
Has been suspended. So, sorry guys, can't say anything.
Okay. Oh, suspended?
Yeah, they're gone. And Reddit suspended the account. It's not just suspended from...
Right.
Wow.
She must have been...
Who knows? Maybe she was lying. All right, next one. Am I the asshole for temporarily moving out with my kids because my husband won't respect boundaries with mother-in-law? Hi, everyone. So for context, me and my husband have 3 kids, aged 5, 3, and 2. Holy God. And I'm pregnant with twins. Dear God. My mother-in-law lives close by. Think 15, 20 minutes max. For a while, we would always send our kids over to spend time with her when we needed to get out of the house. However, recently we've realized her house is becoming a less safe environment for our kids. She started refusing to put stuff away and baby-proof, saying our kids were too old for her to have to do that stuff. Last time I was over there were scissors on the coffee table, glass figurines, lots of wires and cords everywhere, just a whole lot of safety hazards. Not a biggie if she was watching them constantly, so we let it slide. Then mother-in-law's dog, a Doberman mix that was supposed to be locked in the other room during visits, bit our then 1-year-old hard on the arm, and mother-in-law didn't inform us until we came to pick him up. And he was crying. We took him to the hospital to make sure he didn't need stitches or anything on it. He ended up being fine with only some topical gel and large band. Oh, so it didn't even break the skin. Okay, that's why she didn't tell.
Right.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
The fact mother-in-law didn't do anything like that herself was jarring to me. After we stopped letting them go over there at all. It's been a year since that incident, and I decided to fly out for a day to meet my sister's new baby with my husband. We let the kids stay at her place for the first time in a while. It went well, and we decided to start allowing regular visits again. Also, because the dog passed away and is no longer a danger. It was an old dog. Of course, that's why the dog bit.
Yeah, and then it didn't even bite hard enough to break the skin. It
Yeah.
probably just
It probably was like, get out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
He was sweet, but he couldn't be trusted with kids. We found out after about 5 visits that she was regularly having her boyfriends over there while the kids were there and taking our kids to her house while we were out, and she was meant to be babysitting at ours. We asked her multiple times not to until one day our oldest came home and said he felt uncomfortable around her boyfriend. That's when I drew the line and said no more visits without us there. My husband was upset, saying it's not fair to permanently keep them away. Here's where it actually started. A few days ago, mother in law was asked to babysit at our place while me and my husband went to an appointment. So while you're gone, my mother in law texted my husband and asked, "Is it okay if I take the kids to my house and we're just going to chill there instead?" And my husband texted back and said, "Sure, just get them home by 3 when we get home." Keep in mind, he didn't tell me anything. I was literally getting an ultrasound and he just texted her back and was like, "Yes, you can take them," even though we've had this conversation many times that they can't go. So, anyway, when we're on the way back, I guess he gets a text from my mother in law and it comes on to the car that we're driving through Bluetooth. So I read the text and it's like, "Oh, running a little bit late back to the house." So I asked, "Oh, where'd they go? Like, did they get ice cream or something?" And he says, "No, I let her take the kids to her house." So pretty much it turns into this whole big thing about whole big fight because honestly, I felt really disrespected. Anyway, when we get home, we go inside and her boyfriend's there. This is the same guy that my kid was
Saying he was uncomfortable with.
saying I feel uncomfortable around, and we told her that we didn't want him or any other strangers around our kids. So the fact that she had the audacity to bring him into our house is like what? So yeah, I was really mad at her and I started screaming at her. I told her she was a shitty person for bringing in a stranger that my kid feels uncomfortable around into my house. Then I yelled at my husband for not telling me and explaining to me that he was sending our kids off with someone that I told him I didn't trust and that we both agreed on that would not be allowed near our kids at her house. I feel so betrayed and disrespected, honestly. My husband was yelling and screaming at me, saying that's his mom and that it was unfair and unreasonable and that she has a right to see these kids. And then my mother-in-law backed him up saying, "Yeah, these are my grandkids. I have a right to see them. You can't keep them away from me." And I was yelling and saying this was kidnapping. No, she had permission. "I didn't say you could take the kids anywhere, and I told you they're not allowed at your house, and you brought them there." Everybody's freaking out.
Yeah.
So basically, she left, her boyfriend left, and I packed up me and my kids' things, and I drove the 2.5 to 3 hour drive to my other sister's house, and that's where I've been for the past few days because I need a break. Am I overreacting? I feel like someone should have told me that the kids were going there, and he tried to keep this a secret from me, which makes it worse. I've been in contact with him through text and calling him so we can try and work something out, but he's not backing down. But I am also not backing down. Mother-in-law's boyfriend gives major creep vibes too. Also, my husband screamed at me over this and said not to come back if I'm going to alienate his mother. I feel awful because it wasn't my intention. I just don't want my kids around some stranger that makes them uncomfortable and a woman who doesn't properly watch them. He also sent a text saying, "You and those little asshats can stay away if you're like this to my mother. I can send them wherever I want. Mother-in-law's boyfriend's name is a good guy. Sage, our son, is making stuff up. He's a baby. I want to work things out, but you need to respect my mother." I don't know. He's never like this, and I'm shocked. Am I the asshole? ETA, I screenshotted and documented each of the texts and incidents. I responded to his text saying, You're defending the guy who's trying to sexually assault your child just because he's with your mom. These kids are not asshats. Maybe you need to do some work on yourself if you want to see them again. You mean a lot to me, but the safety of our children means more. Talk soon. He responded telling me to grow up and come the fuck home immediately with my kids or else there will be issues. He also said he's going to show up and have the kids ready. So I called my brother to come over just for peace of mind. This blew up. Bro. Okay. She handled the situation. She made it worse, I think, but granted she's also pregnant at the time all of this is going down. So I can't really say that I would have reacted any better, to be honest with you.
Everybody in this story is an asshole.
She's 100% correct that, I mean, the grandmother does not sound like she should be left alone with any child.
No, but the thing is, like, okay, he's saying
he calls his kids ass.
Yeah, that's so stupid. He's saying that it's his mom and she should respect his mom, but that person is not a part of his mom. It's not his dad. It's not her husband.
Yeah.
So, like, if the mom wants to see the baby, she can do it without the man that gives your kid the creeps.
Right.
But then, you know, if we go into your story right there, back to the ETA thing, where she's like, you're defending the guy who's trying to SA.
You don't know that.
Exactly. Like she's blowing that way out of proportion. It's like everybody's blowing everything out of proportion.
Yeah, unless she's leaving out that her kid said something specifically that
she would have put it in there to make people get on her side more.
Right.
You know she would have.
You're right. So, yeah, I think that was a bit of an overreach, just how she's also talking about how she made it sound like the dog bite was horrible, and then all they did was put topical cream on the kid's
and
arm.
Neosporin, yeah, exactly. And then another part earlier in the story was they said that they didn't let her, the mom, watch the kids until they needed to, and so basically, like, they're treating the mom like, oh, you can't, and then when it's need something from exactly.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree that basically it's no, but then if the situation arises, then actually it's fine.
Exactly.
So it's like, have a boundary. A boundary is good, but then you stick to your boundary, which means, hey, you can come see the grandkids whenever you want, but it's at our house and we're at home with them.
Right.
Like, that's how it goes.
I was like, oh no, we feel like going out, so can you watch the kids now? Like, come on, everybody in this story is an asshole. Every single one of them. Because the guy's defending his mom when, like, always kids first. Always kids first. Not some fucking stranger. Always kids first. Like if the kid says something, there's a reason. You know, he's not going to make up something. And if he is, then okay, sorry, dude. Like,
I'd rather be safe.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%. I'd rather be safe than
sorry. 100%. So it's like, no. And then,
he doesn't need to be around them. He's not their grandfather. He's not like
if the mom wants to see the kids, she could see the kids. She doesn't need to have them both.
Yeah.
So the guy can wait, and if he likes her, he'll wait around.
Yeah. It sounds like these people have
and it's everybody.
bigger problems.
Everybody's the fucking asshole. Every single.
I think the dad's the biggest asshole.
No, 100%. Because he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, because he's just like, oh, yeah, go do whatever you want. And then I'm going to just sneak around my wife's back. And then when she freaks out because I was sneaking around.
And now he's making it like, oh, well, you don't love my... No, it's because you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm taking a hard stance because it's not about me. It's about my mom. So I'm more mad because I'm trying to defend my mom.
Right. Yeah, so I think... I want to see. Did anybody say...
Is everybody's for letting them watch her again.
Okay, yep. This is what we were just talking about. Yep. So you're the asshole for letting her watch them again when you're not there after all the other stuff.
Yeah, everybody's the asshole.
So is your husband for giving her permission you don't agree to. If it weren't for the boyfriend making your kids uncomfortable, I'd say it sounds like a disagreement between you and your husband on what's safe. Although I still fault him for not being upset about the dog bite. However, he isn't looking at. She didn't say he wasn't upset about that.
He probably wasn't though, because it was
Yeah.
superficial.
However, he isn't looking out for your dog, for your kid's safety with respect to this guy, so I'm glad you left. Now you have to decide what to do next. I suggest immediate marriage counseling, assuming you want to try to make this work. That needs to include an agreement and boundaries with his mother, best mediated by a counselor. Yeah, I agree. You're the asshole for not giving your body a break. Like, damn, let the coochie heal.
That's what I was laughing at earlier.
Why do you keep having children? You and your husband have zero common sense.
Yeah.
His mom has no common sense. The men in her life could be pedos. Please get on good birth control and stop bringing more children into this world. You're the asshole for continuing to put your children at risk and for continuing to have more children with so little common sense.
For real.
I agree.
That was insane. Yeah, exactly.
You're the asshole. Stop getting pregnant if you have to rely on shady people to help with the kids.
Right. Well, yeah,
Exactly.
That's what everybody's kind of harping on, huh? Find yourself a babysitter.
You're the asshole for repeatedly letting yourself be manipulated and putting your young children in danger. Get the fuck over it. Get the fuck out and put their safety first, finally.
Yeah. So there's a healthy bit of everybody saying what we said.
I agree.
Yeah.
With all of those things. And we have an update.
Oh, update.
Okay, so update. Am I the asshole for temporarily moving out with my kids because my husband won't respect boundaries with mother-in-law? Hi, everyone. So I have an update to share. I'm not sure how to link my original post, but yeah. I'm dying.
Shut up, bitch!
Thank you all for your kind words and support and those who genuinely gave me advice. It means a lot as I try and navigate the situation. My husband sent a really Oh no. My husband sent a really heartfelt apology. He sent screenshots from a background check showing mother-in-law's boyfriend isn't meant to be near kids. What? Wait,
From something he did in the past.
Isn't meant to be near kids due to something he did in the past. I started sobbing because I feel like I failed them as a parent, letting them be near someone like that. I know nothing happened. No, you don't. I know nothing happened, but the fact that there was an opportunity to, I feel like such a shitty mom. This guy watched my son get bathed. I feel, oh, no. This guy watched my son get bathed. I feel so grossed out and I want to slap the boyfriend and mother-in-law. As a kid, I was actually sexually assaulted, so I know the signs, hence why my guard was up. I think my husband just thought he was an old guy with a bad concept of boundaries who was trying to be nice. I told my husband that I need time to process everything because he chose someone else over me and his kids, and that was so hurtful. Yeah?
Right, wait, pause
I
real quick.
agree.
Yeah, because he was taking the mom side, being like, oh, yeah. Now you're also, because that's what you're lumping in. You took their side. So that's on you, husband. Right? Because, like,
Yeah. Because he literally said that his son was a crybaby.
Exactly. So that's on him. He deserves.
Yeah. And now he's apologetic. Okay. I told my husband that I need time to process everything because he chose someone else over me and his kids, and that was so hurtful. I was trying to tell him something was wrong and he ignored it. I told him he needs therapy to work on his own issues and learn how to recognize things that are wrong before we can even consider moving back in together. I also told him that I won't be keeping him away from the kids at this time, but it must be at my house with me or in a third-party location. I told him I won't be bringing legal into this unless he wants me to, but I have enough evidence where I'd likely be getting full custody with supervised visits anyways.
Wrong.
Well, we don't know what she's not saying.
No, because he's not a danger to the kids.
showing him that he thought that it was a fucking fine for him to be hanging out with
Yeah, no,
a
no,
grown-ass
the courts aren't
man.
gonna. I mean, unless they're
Again,
California
there's
codes,
other things that she might not be saying.
unless she gets the most expensive lawyer
And
in a
also, he
one-horse
called
town.
his kids ass hats.
That's still not enough to keep you away from your
You don't know that.
kid. I know I've been kept away from my kid for less.
He said his mom was manipulating him and he's moving in with a friend instead of her, and we can see how it goes from there. I asked him to return his house key temporarily. He gave over his house key to my brother and me, and the kids are moving back in on Saturday. I'm stuck in this space where I don't know to trust him or leave, and tell myself that this was unforgivable. As long as he fixes himself and mother-in-law is out of the picture, we should be good, I'm thinking. I know he's genuinely a good father, and if he gets over his mama's boy routine, it could work out. I'm just still kind of hurt. I will be looking into family lawyers, attorneys, and things like that in case something like this happens in the future. I can have someone to go to immediately. Start the custody and divorce process. I will also look into couples counseling down the line for, not down the line, that needs to happen like right now. I will also look into couples counseling down the line for both of us. We've been together 10 years and I don't want to ruin it, but I need to know we can trust each other. Well, that's good. At the beginning of it, where she says, my husband sent a really heartfelt apology, I thought it was all downhill from there.
Yeah.
I thought she was like, it's fine. We're all back together. And then there was going to be no resolution. So
Yeah.
her intuition was right.
Her intuition was right.
So,
And
there's that.
so she wants him to take therapy. I hope she's taking therapy as well.
Yeah. Like,
Because
she's also acting like everything's fine and dandy
on her side.
It's not.
She's he was an idiot, but she's also hypersensitive, and I mean, and then I kind of had this thought. I was listening to someone, this lady that was saying that like therapy is also like a pharmaceutical business, and if they keep you in therapy, they're not actually trying to fix you. They're validating your problems, and that's why there's more problems. Like, you get what I'm saying?
If you have a shitty therapist.
Right, and most therapists are shitty.
Mine's not. I don't feel like that at all.
No, exactly. But I've had a couple that I didn't like.
Yeah.
But like working towards a goal, I think would be the main thing as far as like therapy goes. Like,
right.
Like I always credit my first one, the cognitive behavioral therapy, like to recognize my like. It's like anger management on steroids, I guess. That like that was a better therapy than like validating my issues, because I felt like if a person would just validate my issues in therapy, it would have just made me feel right in situations where I was definitely wrong.
Yeah.
And that's how like I kind of feel like when you see people talking about going to therapy, they're just getting validated.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of that going around for sure.
Especially when the more a therapist charges. So it's like you're basically paying someone to tell you that you're right.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if she has any want to like make this work, they need to go to couples counseling immediately. They need to have some kind of and really it needs to be like clear guidelines of like what you're saying. It needs to be, you go in with a plan of, these are the expectations that I need from our relationship in the next, however many months or whatever the timeline is, in order for us to say we can come back together as one family unit.
Yeah.
And then basically, like, if you are not able to meet these things within this time, then it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It just sounds like everything's open-ended, and they're probably just going to be in this limbo state forever, sadly. And she's about to have another baby.
For real.
Which probably means that she'll just get tired and accept.
Right. She'll be too tired to
and then he'll just
stand
come
up
back
on her own 2 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But it's like, it took you this long to realize that he's a piece of shit with how he acts with his mom
Yeah, for real. 10 years.
and
Like,
5 kids.
You had to have seen that,
Oh,
right?
no, she's having twins.
That's 6 kids.
She's having twins.
Like the Budweiser commercials.
He's for sure coming back.
Yeah. Yeah.
How is she going to be a single mom with that many fucking kids?
That's insane.
I don't even know how people afford shit, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
That's wild.
Very wild. Very wild.
We all have
indeed.
one fucking pair of clothes, and that's it.
They're potato sacks.
They all just have shoes that are too small, and she just cut the tops off.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're
The feet come through like old Mother Hubbard.
Oh, wow, dude. I don't know. I think that this lady needs a lot of help.
Right.
If you're still listening, I have no idea why, but hopefully you'll come back for another one, and maybe I'll have a bit more energy for you and some better stories. Some of these were kind of wah, wah, wah.
Mm.
All right. See you later. Bye.
Bye.